Hi everyone, I am James Gayet, and for today's lecture I will discuss the RA 1131, or known as the Philippine Criminal Justice Supervision Act of 2018. Republic Act number 1131 is a law enacted on November 8, 2008 that regulates the practices of criminologists in the Philippines. The main purpose of this act is to define the scope and standard for criminologists profession, establish a system of licensing professionals in the field, and ensures that criminologists meet specific qualification and ethical standards. So, in summary, Republic Act number 1131 is a comprehensive law that aims to regulate criminologists as a profession in the Philippines, improving its standards, licensure processes, and ethical conduct by repealing the older law known as the RA number 6506. It also ensures the modernization of the profession to meet current needs and challenges. Okay, so let's move to the section 1, which is the title. This section of the law is just giving the law of an official name. So from the word title, so people can easily refer to it in this case. The title of the law is, for example, um, let's imagine you're a law student and you're doing research on the laws governing criminology in the Philippines, and then you came across a legal text that says Republic Act number 1131, or the Philippine Criminal Supervision Act of 2018. From this, you immediately understand two things. First is the law you're dealing with is related to the criminologists. Second is this law was passed in the year 2018. So from that on, you can come up as some ideas what the article is all about.
Good morning, ma'am, and good morning, classmate. First, statement of policy. The state recognizes the importance of criminology, the professional in the national security, public safety, peace, and order, and the nation building and the development that it should develop and nurture component, virtuous, productive, and well-rounded criminologists whose standard of professional practice and service should be excellent, the qualitative, world-class, and globally competitive, and truth, the sacred and honest, effective, and credible licensure examination, coupled with the programs and activities that will promote the professional growth and development. Explain of Section 2, Statement of Policy. The section explains the purpose, the intention of the law. The government recognizes how important the criminologists are in keeping that country the safe, peaceful, and secure, and criminologists play a key role in national security, public safety, and helping the country grow and develop.
Good day everyone, this is my report and introduction, criminology. Section 3, objectives, this act shall government. A. The examination, register, and licensure for criminologists. B. The supervision, control, and regulation of the practice of criminology. C. The standardization and regulation of criminology education. D. The development of the professional competence of criminologists through continuing professional development, CPD. E. The integration of all criminology professional groups and membership of all registered criminologists to the accredited professional organization. Explanation of Section 3 objectives. This section tells us what the law is meant to do or what it aims to achieve. It has 5 main goals. A. Licensure and registration. The law will manage how criminologists are examined, licensed, and registered before they are allowed to work. Or sila maka-work, di pa sila matake exam, registration, and license para talira ilang promotion or else. B. Regulation of practice. It will supervise and control how criminology is practiced to make sure professionals follow the rules and do their job properly. So kanina ang pasapot na connect ni sa atong ROTC. Okay, with discipline how we apply this is to work. Sa una to pag-apply ni sa pagtrabaho ba kanina atong ROTC ron kay purpose ra ba sa ROTC is how we discipline each other, ourselves. C. Education standards. It will standardize and regulate criminology education, meaning all schools must follow the same quality standard with teaching criminology. So diri kanin grata mo follow sa tong training and how we apply it from knowledge from hands on. D. Professional growth, CPD. It supports continuing professional development CPD to help criminologists keep learning and improve even after they graduate. So diri kay unsaon na to pag encourage professionals to update their skills and knowledge regularly even after they've been licensed, or unsaon na to paggamit atong skills nga atong nakatunan. Unity of criminologists. It will unite all criminology professionalism groups and make sure all registered criminologists are member of an official accredited organization. So kani kay ensure that all criminologists are registered or have a license, or unity or groups need to be one small group para magtinabangay after we graduate.
Section 4. Meaning of important words in this law. A. APO. APO stands for Accredited Professional Organization. This is the official group for all criminologists in these Philippines. It is the only approved by the government. All criminologists be part of this group. So B. Board. This is the group called the Professional Regulatory Board of Criminologists. They are in charge of giving exam, license, and monitoring criminologists. C. CHED. CHED stands for Commission of Higher Education. CHED creates rules for school that offers criminology courses. They make sure criminology's education is high quality. CHED gets help from a group of criminologists technical panel made of APO president, chairperson of the criminology board, one person from school, two persons from law enforcement. PRC. This means the Professional Regulation Commission. They are the government office that manage professional like teachers, engineer, nurse, criminologists. E. Criminology. Criminology is the study of crimes, criminal, and victims. It also includes ways to prevent and solve crimes. So F. Profession. This means the work or career of being criminologist, using both knowledge and skills to help with the crimes related issues. So registered criminologist. This is the person who passed the criminologist board exam, has a valid license and ID from PRC and the board. Only these people are legally allowed to work as criminologists. So, for example, Maria Lopez finished her BS in criminology at a university approved by CHED. After graduating, she took a criminologist license exam given by the board under the PRC. She passed the exam and received her certificate and PRC ID, making her a registered criminologist. To complete the requirements, she also joined the APO, the official organization for all criminologists in the Philippines. Now, Maria works in a law enforcement agency, using her knowledge and skill in the criminology to investigate crimes and help prevent them. This is now her profession. So that's all. Thank you.
Not the least, the section 5. So section 5. So of the law defines the scope of these practices. So the scope of practices, we talk about the scope of practices for criminologists. Essentially, this section outlines the various roles and activities that fall under the professional practices of criminologists. Let's break it each part of it, each part to make it clearly. So first is law enforcement and quasi policy functions. So what is quasi? Quasi run is the it's a mix, or we talk about mix. So mixed police function. So this part lists the government and private agencies where criminologists can work, including both law enforcement roles and quasi police function. So first is law enforcement agency, such as PNP, or known as Philippine National Police, uh, uh, NBI o National Bureau of Investigation, PDEA or Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, BFP or Bureau of Fire Protection, and Bureau of Jail Management and Penology or BGMP. So that's are the example of law enforcement agencies. Next is intelligence security agencies such as National Intelligence Coordinating Agency or NICA. Next is Intelligence Service of Armed Forces of the Philippines or ISA-FP, and BIP Security Airport and Seaport Police o Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas o BSP, and more and so on. So next, let's go to the B, or teaching profession in criminologists. So criminologists can also work in education as a professor or instructors. Maybe some is our teachers, and they can teach subject related to the criminologists in universities and college. So from so our criminologists, we have subject six major subjects in the criminologists. First is criminal jurisprudence and procedure. Second is criminalistics, or talk about the forensic science. And third is law enforcement administration. Fourth is crime detection and investigation. Five is correctional administration, and six is criminal sociology and ethics. So these are the six major of subject in criminology. So from the word teaching is we talk about the education as a profession, as a instructors. Let's proceed to the C, forensic and scientific roles. So criminologists can specialize in scientific crimes detection and investigation as technician, examiners, or criminalists, specialists in area like dactyloscopy, fingerprint analysis, or question document analysis, or forgerized handwriting analysis, DNA analysis, lie detection. So that's are the example. So let's proceed to the D, correction administration. So criminologists can also work in the field of correction, focus on correctional administration, managing the penal institute and rehabilitation programs. Second is supervising or working as officer in institutions like jails or rehabilitation centers. Third is community-based correction, or working in probation, parole, or community rehabilitation. So those are the example. So let's proceed to the E, consultation and research. So criminologists can serve as a counselors, consultant advisors, or research for government or private agencies. Their work may focus on criminological research and projects that uh, that that explore this. For example, the cause of crime, treatment of offenders, police operation, public safety, or national security. And those are the example of the consultant, consultation, and research. So let's proceed to the E. So we have the last part is which is the private investigation and security. So criminologists can also work in the private sector, so holding roles such as private investigators, uh, consultants, administrators, or agents in private security. So these are the examples. Or I give you the practical example, like for example, criminologists working if work, working for a private investigation firm may conduct investigation on matters like insurance or corporate crimes. So that's all, and I hope you have learned a little thing